there's a strategic partnership.
You heard that right. We got some juicy information, just like the juicy Texas barbecue that I just had. Holy moly macaroni. This is so damn nice. The next master plan for the company, what they're planning to do. And man, this is nice. So first of all, check out the size difference between the 3rd gen ES8 and the 1st gen ES8. Just next to each other, the new ES8 looks like an absolute behemoth. It's like a beast. It's like a tank. All right. Just incredible. It's going to be so much spacious. It's going to be NIO's most spacious car yet. And these days, William Li is live streaming. He's test driving the ES8. He's riding in the ES8 in the very high altitudes of Tibet. Now, him live streaming in Tibet, you know, it's high altitude, the oxygen level is thin, and he had to, you know, basically have supplemental oxygen, and this became a meme, and this is pretty funny as well. He shared that picture, so very, very interesting. And this is, of course, they're filming promo videos and stuff like that for basically the highest altitude swapping station route that you can go on, and of course promo video for the brand new ES8 as well. So that's pretty nice. And during the live stream, he revealed this crazy partnership, new master plan, but he also talked about how the energy efficiency of the brand new ES8 was extremely efficient. 15 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That is nuts, man. That is crazy. All right. That's like Model Y territory almost, basically, for such a big car with like full capacity with all those people inside, and they're getting 15 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That's insane. And keep in mind that, well, he did say it was in high altitudes where the air is thinner, so there's less air resistance, which is understandable. And but still, 15 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, that's no joke. That's great energy efficiency for that car. But during this live stream, he talked about the next plans for the company. And you'll see the full clip later on. I'll have it later on. But he said the next step is NIO Solar. All right? And this is pretty crazy. And we know Tesla is more, has a solar business part to it. NIO has he revealed there's actually partnerships already. They've signed agreements. They signed those deals already. All right. And the way it's going to work, he started off by saying, 1 square meter of solar panel on a swap station. All right, 1 square meter is able to generate 600 kilowatt hours per year, roughly about 1 to 2 kilowatt hours per day. And then in those rural areas, right, places not in the city, all right, in those rural areas where there's lots of land, especially like in places like Tibet, their next step is going to be building out these kind of solar farms, 1,000 square meters, so basically 1 square kilometer almost of just solar panels capable of generating a ton of electricity. Basically every single day they're able to generate 1,000 to 2,000, just on average maybe 1,500 kilowatt hours of electricity per day for energy storage to sell back to the grid, or to be used in battery swap to, of course, get electricity for free and then swap it out to sort of offset the cost expenditure of free battery swap. And with that, they're able to perhaps provide about 20 to 30 free swaps per day just from the power of the sun. And the kicker is, he said that they've already signed deals with a lot of these solar panel provider companies, these solar panel manufacturer companies, and they've already signed deals, and they're sort of discussing how to make it work and stuff like that. So it is absolutely spectacular to see that NIO is going to have a strong foothold in China, not only in terms of energy storage, which in China NIO is already ahead of Tesla in terms of energy storage and also in terms of charging infrastructure. NIO has more chargers than Tesla here in China. That's not even counting the swap stations, right? So in total infrastructure, NIO is way ahead of Tesla. And then on top of that, they're stepping into just like solar energy generation in general. And the thing you got to keep in mind is that they already have these solar panels on some of these swap stations, all right, Gen 4 swap stations and some Gen 3 swap stations as well, but never like a solar farm. So this tells you that they're going to be getting electricity from the sun and selling it to the grid or using it themselves for battery swap, which I think is pretty smart, pretty genius. So in that aspect, yeah, that's going to be pretty amazing. Now, before I show you the translated clip of NIO CEO talking about this deal and everything, partnership, we have some more information to share. Like when he was in the ES8 and the passenger commented about how, there's also that skyline, like continuous screen on the front console, and it just absolutely looked beautiful. And they said like, oh, he asked, this is just like the ET9, right? And NIO CEO had to specifically say that it's similar to the ET9, but ET9 has it better. So sort of to create the distinction between the two. And I can understand that because they got to leave some room for the ES9, right? Like when that comes out. And he also specifically commented on the fact that the ES8 will have much better margins compared to other NIO vehicles, because he said in particular, selling one ES8 is like selling 4 ET5s in terms of margins. So that's pretty nice, as long as they don't have to do price cuts and discounts. That would be pretty nice. So we really look forward to this car and what it holds and sort of surprise features. Oh, by the way, I know there's one very cool feature, and that is the fact that they will be able to have the second row connect together, right? Two second row seats join together, lie completely flat so that it becomes sort of like a bed, and it's completely flat and flush with the third row. So basically you have your third row seats, and then the second row is kind of like a flat bed. Yeah. And apparently there's not going to be like any sort of a gap or anything in the middle. So you'll have like ultimate viewing experience. Whereas if you're watching TV from the second row with the big screen, you kind of have to lift your head up, right? But then if you're sitting in the third row and the second row is flat and it's like a bed, you don't really have to lift up your head anymore. And that combined with the massive second row screen, that is going to be some amazing passenger experience right there. I mean, like, damn, that's going to be nice. All right, so let me share with you that clip. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.
There's a strategic partnership here. We're researching this concept. So a square meter of solar panels here can produce about 600 units annually. Is that right? Per square meter, 600 units per square meter. It generates a bit of power daily. A little power daily per square meter. Let's think about this for a moment. If we want to expand here next, we'd start from this area. There's more land available here. This area is all vacant. We could build solar panels on this land. 1 square meter produces hundreds of kWh. That's 2 kWh per day. If I build 1,000 square meters, it could generate 1,500 kWh daily. 1,500 kWh would be enough for 22 cars, 32 cars, or even 40,000 cars. Energy storage. We're talking with several solar companies. Also discussing this partnership. We have a strategic deal with them. We're currently exploring this idea.